Americans. They have the F-22, they have the F-35, they have the B-2 bomber, but guess what? That's not good enough, my friends, because today we are going to take a look at the F-47. Sorry for the accent. F-47. How good can this one be? Well, I guess we shall see. So, before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. Now, if you subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. By the way, nowadays you can also wipe a video. Helps a lot. Please do it. And the link for the original one below. Let's go.
It's May 29th, 2026. Welcome to the video, everybody. Day 90 of the
Thank you, my
conflict
friend.
with the U.S. and Iran. For the last 90 days, the United States Air Force, United States Navy, Marines has been using multiple jets, multiple platforms to take on Iran. F-35s, F-15Es, F-18s, F-16s, A-10s, B-2s, the most advanced manned aircraft in the Persian Gulf theater right now are 5th generation and 4th generation platforms that pretty much all were designed in the 90s. So the platform...
Wait, no, no. F-22 was not designed in the 90s, right? Well, to be fair, I assume the F-22 nowadays is very different than the original one, because I know you guys keep upgrading. But the F-35 was designed in the 90s? What?
generation platforms
Maybe
that
not.
pretty much all were designed in the 90s. So the platforms are extraordinary, obviously. I flew the F-15E, incredible aircraft. See, I needed to...
The F-15 what? Sorry, I'm pausing too much.
Are extraordinary, obviously. I flew the F-15E, incredible aircraft. See, I needed to drop the fact that I was a pilot. Whew, I feel a little bit better now. But what...
Oh, my friends, I wish I could say that. I would feel so proud. I would start all my videos saying, hello, my name is André. I use it to fly F-15 in all of my videos.
Incredible aircraft. See, I needed to drop the fact that I was a pilot.
Say it more.
I feel a little bit better now. But what is coming is the F-47. Remember, Boeing was awarded the $20 billion contract for the world's first 6th generation fighter on March 21st of last year. President Trump announced...
Wait, is this the new Star Wars game? Is this some footage of a game? There is no way that one is real.
It personally. Air Force Chief of Staff was there talking about the advanced, lethal, and adaptable 6th generation variant of this aircraft that's going to be the most advanced fighter ever built.
Oh my God.
And at this point, this jet could shape the future of warfare, putting all the different enemies on the globe on notice, specifically Iran.
This one looks so futuristic, my friends. We have to go back. Holy sweet. Oh man, okay. Don't disappoint me, Boeing. Make the F-47 exactly like this. It's a beauty. Holy. Oh. Okay. I like this one.
6th generation variant of this aircraft that's going to be the most advanced fighter ever built. And at this point, this jet could shape the future of warfare, putting all the different enemies on the globe on notice, specifically Iran. I mean, this thing could have ended the Iran conflict in probably 3 days with more intelligence, more ISR, striking down different assets in the Strait of Hormuz, lots of different adaptations that this thing could have been doing. And we know that now...
Okay, sorry, but come on, can we all be real? If America really wanted to destroy Iran in, let's say, 3 days, I think you guys have enough technology to do it.
It's not just a press release. This is actually happening with the announcement from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth about the F-47 being a massive priority to team up with these advanced drones in this $1.5 trillion budget. I mean, this thing's coming. So let's actually go to the video.
No, wait, my friend. You cannot drop that and move on. Did I understand? You know what? English is not my main language. Did I understood this correct? 1.5 trillion? But I thought we are not even at 1 trillion. Are we talking about 1.5 trillion now? What is this jump?
about the F-47 being a massive priority to team up with these advanced drones in this $1.5 trillion budget. I mean, this thing's coming. So let's actually go to the video of Pete Hegseth and see what he said about the F-47, and we'll try to kind of pull some strings and read between the lines.
What? Hey, everybody, here we are on X. Let's have a listen to what Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
Wait, this is a reaction to a reaction? Yeah.
Said specifically about that beautiful F-47. Here we go.
We're making a record-breaking investment in drones, lethal ones, to dominate the battlefield of today and tomorrow.
So it likely means first-person view drones, those small little quadcopters, all the way from that to the Lucas drone, which the Marines are operating right now. Basically that clone, which was the big middle finger to Iran. Okay, Iran, you're going to fly these little Dorito-shaped drones at us. Cool. We're going to
This is the ones you guys make in Arizona, right? They are crazy.
Design them, put shield AI autonomy in them, so way better brains than what Iran has, and then fire those back at Iran. I would love to see the combat footage of those Lucas drones being used. So from that, then all the way to the André Fury drone, the AI XBAT, and other autonomous fighter-style wingmen is likely what we're going to see here.
This allows us to
ChatGPT drone?
Unleash massive swarms of autonomous drones that will fly.
Oh my God, this is the future. That was a doc.
To see here.
This allows us to unleash massive swarms of.
No, wait, this will be oh my God, a drone tank? A drone dog? A submarine? Is this a submarine? Wait.
Autonomous drones that will fly and.
I love that the robot dog is in there. It's like, yep, we got these quadcopters, we've got these other advanced sea drones, underwater unmanned vehicles, and then we've got the robot dog. You gotta have the robot dog.
He's the best.
Right alongside our.
Boom, there it is. Okay, so there's the André Fury. We know tons of testing has been going on the André Fury. You can see the Max Afterburner, if I don't say so myself, little shameless plug, the Afterburner coming out of the back of that André Fury. Just super cool for me to see this. And I got a story for you guys about finally seeing these fighter type drones I'll share with you in a second.
Manned 6th generation fighter, the F-47.
We got to go back a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see that beautiful F-47. Oh, there it is. So that is going to be such a sweet aircraft. So some of the little hints, little tells.
Are you guys going to share this one with NATO? No? Well, I tried.
That we're seeing here. Looks like they put a center stick in there, but if I was a betting man, this thing's going to have a side stick, just like the F-22 and F-35. That's the one thing I would change about the F-15, like the F-15EX rolling off the line. Don't have a center stick. It gets in the way of your screen. Literally blocks one of your main MFDs, multifunction displays, right there in the center, and it keeps you from seeing the battlefield sometimes. So put that stick.
Yeah, I get. I mean, as you guys probably know, I know zero compared to this gentleman, but I'm with him on this one.
On the side, and I'll be happy there. And then obviously there will be some sort of a 6th generation helmet. This is more of a legacy setup of an F-16 with the heads-up display right here in the center.
While our next generation bomber, the B-21.
Oh, B-21. I feel a follow-on video coming tomorrow. Stay tuned for that one. But yeah, just a little teaser here. Look at that thing. It looks like a stingray, just like the way that it's shaped. Obviously, little cartoon graphic design. The real thing looks even better. But their whole goal is to integrate those engines. So the actual version of the B-21.
Manfred, should I react to the B-21? I did a video a couple of months ago, I think. But I believe there is a lot of new information now about this one. Leave me a like on this video, and I assume you guys like this type of content.
Has the intakes that kind of go down and into the actual body of the aircraft like a dragon.
Right. We're funding advanced cyber operations and artificial.
And this is huge too. Integrating AI into the actual F-47 itself is going to be massive because the guts and the brains of that and the way that it talks to those different drone wingmen, this AI section to me obviously involves a ton of different military systems.
And by making the largest ever investment in the Space Force.
Sorry, I know this may sound a stupid question, but I'm actually curious about this one. Is the AI that America is using a specific AI, or is actually, with companies like Anthropic, ChatGPT or something, OpenAI? I wonder if America is developing their own specific AI for the military.
Involves a ton of different military systems.
And by making the largest ever investment in the Space Force, we will lead the world in capabilities beyond our atmosphere.
Yeah, Space Force, baby. So Space Force to me is kind of the unsung hero in a lot of these situations, a lot of these conflicts, because they're the ones using these satellites to geolocate, find targets, and then share communications data between different aircraft. It's massive to have the Space Force involved. And they've got little white gloves. I mean, the white gloves part makes me want to join Space Force alone. Maybe they even have white flight suits at this point. But I want you to walk.
What that means, white gloves? Is just because they are cool, or there is some technology in there? Serious question again.
Away from this video today knowing exactly what the F-47 is, what its drone wing.
Yeah, my friends, this channel is huge, but again, I'm reacting to him. Link below if you guys want to show him some support. I actually love to take a look at his content, so my friends, this is the real star. Is him, no, not me. So show him all the love.
And the André Fury, the General Atomics Dark Merlin, and Shield's AI XBAT. What can they do alongside this thing, and what's going to make it different from just having multiple F-22s or F-35s? Well, the IRGC's air defense network got taken down in roughly 24 hours or so. But in my opinion, I think this could have taken down a lot more, a lot faster if you team up the F-47 with these advanced drones. Because, not in a small part, because of the electronic attack ability that these aircraft have when they...
Honestly, they look a bit scary. I don't know, my friends. Maybe this is how the world ends, you know. Yeah, this looks a bit too futuristic at this point. Oh, man.
Team up together, because we know at the beginning of this conflict, Operation Epic Fury, that thousands of Tomahawk
Yeah. What if the AI goes crazy? You know what I mean?
missiles were used, up to a little over 1,000 are the reports that I'm seeing. So that's actually a lot of resources if these different aircraft can team up to electronically attack different IATs, integrated air defense systems, in nations like Iran, or even in a Taiwan Strait scenario or North Korea scenario. And then stay around for the roundup. We're going to cover a couple different things, specifically some of these drones. There was actually a recent crash of one of these drones. And then we're also going to get into Iran rebuilding their air defenses. What is Iran actually doing? So we'll be covering that throughout the video. So basically, at this point, it's pretty clear Iran's defenses couldn't even handle the 5th generation package. So trying to hold the 6th generation package, something that big, is going to be a little bit too big for Iran at this point. So let's start with the jet itself, because the gap between 5th and 6th generation, it's not really an upgrade. It's an entire different category of warfare. So Boeing's contract for the F-47 covers development of at least 185 aircraft, which is massive. That is a massive fleet of 6th generation fighters. The first operational aircraft could arrive as soon as 2028, because there's reports of this flying right now, with images showing variants of the F-47 actually flying at Area 51. So if we start...
Wait. No. You cannot make this stuff up, my friends. At Area 51, a new jet, and you guys tell me that you guys don't have, alien technology. Of course you guys own that.
Massive fleet of 6th generation fighters. The first operational aircraft could arrive as soon as 2028, because there's reports of this flying right now, with images showing variants of the F-47 actually flying at Area 51. So if we start with what the capability of it is, the F-47's combat radius is said to exceed 1,000 nautical miles. The F-22 has a 590-mile combat radius. The F-35 has 600 miles. So the F-47 is 69% longer legged than either of them. And I like how they made it exactly 69%, just like a good fighter pilot should do. That means that this thing can reach contested areas around Taiwan, from Guam to Japan, without tanker support, eliminating the vulnerability China basically spent 20 years calculating and building with its DF-26 anti-ship ballistic missiles and its surface-to-air missile systems. So not needing a tanker means that China's missile math doesn't really apply to high-value targets, because China has always war-gamed striking down high-value targets first, because those tankers have to get in so close, they don't even need to worry about the fighters anymore, because
That's so cool to see. I'm sorry.
Fighters won't have any gas. That's not the case with the F-47, and that pretty much changes everything. And I want to be precise here because 5th generation stealth and 6th generation stealth are not even in the same ballpark. The F-22 and F-35, those have low observable radar cross sections across certain frequencies. The F-47 is designed by the Air Force as featuring all aspect broadband low observability, reduced radar and infrared signatures from every single angle, not just from the front, across the full electromagnetic spectrum. It's called multispectral stealth. That's why we kind of see this tailless design with no vertical stabilizers to create those radar returns, skins that can absorb and scatter those radar frequencies across different frequencies. The F-35's designers never had to account for this, and a thermal signature management system that handles the heat of a Mach 2 plus engine without lighting up any other infrared sensors. It's not just stealthier than the F-22. This is a qualitatively different signature problem for any radar operator from any adversary nation to solve. But the engine here, something I really want to highlight to you guys. The F-47 engine is genuinely exotic. Like literally, I think this engine should be dancing on a pole somewhere because there's two companies competing for the contract, Pratt & Whitney with an XA-102.
Honestly, my friends, but the F-22 Raptor and the F-35, I know there is a couple of different models. China and Russia don't have anything close to those right yet, at least that we know. Maybe they also hide some stuff, of course. So they didn't yet catch up to the older ones. Yeah, they are already behind, but they will be even more.
3 and GE Aerospace with the XA-102. Both are building physical prototypes right now, and both are 3-stream adaptive cycle engines, which has a real operational meaning. High thrust mode, maximum combat power. Maybe I should change the channel to high thrust mode. Let me know in the comments below if I should be high thrust mode at this point. Mach 2 plus in cruise mode. The third bypass stream increases fuel efficiency by 25% and range by 30% over conventional engines. The same engine that sprints like a fighter, cruises like a bomber, and it has double the cooling and electrical power capacity of any current engine, which there's one big reason why it has this beefy of an engine and inter-directed energy systems, because that's a design requirement in my mind. That
Can we speak English again? Oh my God. It's pretty good. I get it.
You would only need if you were planning to put directed energy systems on the F-47. Lasers on a fighter jet. Can I get a fighter jet with frickin' laser beams? At this point, I think we've upped the ante from sharks with frickin' laser beams. Sorry, sharks with frickin' laser beams. You were cool before, but F-47 with laser beams kind of has an edge on you. But here's the piece that...
Wait, what's the story with the sharks?
changes everything about how the aircraft fights. The aircraft plans to acquire more than 1,000 collaborative combat aircraft, drone wingmen, with roughly 2 assigned to every F-47 at a minimum. So this jet isn't just a fighter, it's a systems commander quarterback. And the F-47 pilot doesn't really fly into the threats. They manage a formation of autonomous aircraft that fly into the threat, while the F-47 can do pretty much whatever it wants. It can stay outside the engagement envelope of SAMs entirely if it wants to, or it can use these little drones as spoofers and as decoys. The pilot's display will likely show every drone in the formation what that drone is seeing. So targeting decisions happen at machine speed with AI integrated, and then weapons can be fired by platforms that the adversary can't even track back to the manned aircraft. So the F-47 can be targeting a drone into the enemy from across the battle space or way above the battle space where the enemy has no idea there's anything up there lurking. So basically the F-47 pilot is the quarterback and the drones run the routes on the field. So China is...
Speaking about American football, my friend, but now being a bit more serious, it's kind of scary, right? Even though the 5th generation is amazing, this one seems in a completely different level.
is the threat that this aircraft is designed to defeat. The People's Liberation Army Air Force is flight testing two apparent sixth-generation prototype competitors right now, the Chengdu J-36, the Shenyang J-50, both featuring tailless designs and thrust vectoring. China flew something that looked sixth-generation before the US announced the F-47, which generated some massive headlines, obviously, but here's what those headlines omitted. China lacks the variable cycle engine technology of the XA-103. Their WS-15 is a capable fifth-generation power plant, and we've seen it on some of their fifth-generation jets like the J-20, but it can't switch modes in flight, and what that tells me is likely the Chinese sixth-generation version isn't going to be able to handle directed energy weapons. That's going to be a huge limitation, not to mention the stealth limitation of having fifth-generation engines plinked onto this thing, just like a Lego set. They're like, we're not really good at building these advanced engines, so we're just going to connect in a little Lego here from the J-20, which is really going to hurt them in the stealth department. Oh, China, you just have a fifth generation engine. Oh, yeah. China's like, no, it's really important. It's really strong. And we're like, yeah, it's not the size of the engine that matters, China. Good job. You made it to the global roundup, my friends. There's actually a crash.
Okay, I mean, and keep in mind that a lot of components on those jets are they buy them on Temu. Let's be real.
China, good job. You made it to the global roundup, my friends. There's actually a crash of one of these drones, the YFQ-42A crash on April 6th. That's the Dark Merlin. It went down at General Atomics Gray Butte test facility in California due to an autopilot miscalculation in its flight autonomy software involving weight and center of gravity. So as you can see, these drones aren't immune from having some sort of issues, and that's why this flight testing is so important right now. But on the other side of it, Anduril's Fury drone actually launched an AIM-120 AMRAAM. So yeah, there's a lot of advancements coming, but there will be a few hiccups on the way as this gets integrated. And then story number 2, Iran's chief negotiator, Mohammad Ghalibaf, he stated publicly that Iran is rebuilding everything in their military and that they're fully restored to their combat capability from before the war. What I do buy is they're heavily doubling down on drones like Shahed drones and their fast attack craft. They're probably building those things as fast as possible because they want that swarm threat. And that's what we're seeing them do in the Strait of Hormuz right now. You made it to the 40 chess section, so let's talk about why the F-47, the strategic message, is being sent out right now. Everything's strategic right now. The Department of War isn't just releasing this $1.5 trillion budget for their health, including the F-47. The whole goal here is to deter adversaries, and deterrence is one of the biggest things the F-47 is going to do when these nations know, oh, they can't really compete at all with this sixth-generation program. Like Russia can't compete, China can't compete. They're going to try. They're going to put things out there that might look like they're competing. But right now, the United States is in the highest evolution of innovation in aviation that I've seen in decades. So right now, the U.S. is
No, but I seems like America is actually going. I mean, America has been the number one for a long time in terms of military power, right? But seems like now America is trying to go to a different level. I also have this feeling watching, not the first time I react to this type of videos, but seems like America is actually improving a lot in the last, let's say, 2 years.
Absolutely saying that it's important for us to have this sixth-generation F-47, and it could be unleashed at any point because it's already being tested. There's already test flights. Likely this thing will be in combat squadrons in 2028 to 2029, somewhere in there. I think we should call this thing the F-47 Giga Chad.
Okay,
anybody else? Let me know what you think we should call the F-47 in the comments below. My vote is the Giga Chad, but thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Go ahead and follow me on Pepperbox. There's a link in the description. Go to Pepperbox. I post things there that are completely unique to Pepperbox, and you can only find it over there. I think you'll really enjoy some of that content. So I'll see you guys on Pepperbox. I'll see you on this next video that pops up right here. This is Ryan, also known as Max Afterburner, signing off. I can see China's J-36 program as like a TED Talk. They're like, hello, we're here to announce that China's journey towards a sixth-generation air dominance fighter is going very well. We made extraordinary progress. We have a prototype that actually flies, and it has a tailless design. We don't have any engines that are really built for it yet, so we just plinked on some engines from an old jet, but we're working on it. Don't worry, we have a great attitude. The Americans are building an entire drone F-47 ecosystem, but we think ours is cooler just because we said so, and we hope that you agree.
Okay. Poor China. My friends, thank you so much for watching this with me. Again, this gentleman makes really good content, so Link for the original video below. And yeah, thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Bye.